Good morning and welcome to the Morning Blend Extra. Today is Thursday, June 27th. I'm DJ Baker. Now keep in mind, this is a new show that we are rehearsing, so keep an eye out for the launch of the official show. But for now, hey, let's just enjoy ourselves and have a bit of fun, shall we? Coming up on today's show, we have ways people have been adapting to the heat wave, fast food wars, and we have Ann Wasser from the Severson Dells. But first, let's sprinkle in a little bit of that weather, shall we? When it comes to it, we're going to see a beautiful day today, a good amount of sunshine, getting up to a high of 78 degrees. Few more clouds this afternoon, but man, are the skies blue as can be. So we head overnight tonight, clouds are slowly going to make their way back into the state line, getting up to a high of a low of 59 degrees, excuse me. Friday, we are watching a system that could potentially bring a few rounds of rain. The first comes in the morning, and the second comes in the afternoon. That could bring a few showers and thunderstorms, as we'll get up to a high of 81 degrees. And we are watching out for the possibility of some of those being on the strong to severe side, but expectations are not too high right now. As we go overnight into Friday, another warm one getting down to only 69 degrees before Saturday. The heat ramps back up to a high of 87 degrees. Could still see a sprinkle or two in the morning, but overall seeing some afternoon sun. Seeing a much cooler day on Sunday, a high of 75. We are keeping track though of a system as we approach next Tuesday, as we'll get up to 87 degrees. And then next Wednesday, and the 90s return, as we'll have a high of 90 degrees on Wednesday. Live look outside. Look at that blue sky. It is our primetime audio video East State Street cam, and man, does that just not look gorgeous? So after a week of the really hot weather and humidity, car air conditioners across the region are really feeling the heat. The summer months can be the worst for cars. Cars' air conditioning can break from the heat, resulting in a terrible noise and the smell of gasoline being produced. Unfortunately, fixing a car's AC is very expensive. With more extreme heat comes more cars to be less fuel efficient, and new air conditioners can't handle the heat and humidity as well. And luckily though, we do still have that bit of a reprieve, but yeah, last Saturday, not the case. It was hot and humid pretty much across the entirety of the nation. So in Los Angeles, they didn't have a corn or cheese festival, but a watermelon festival. Thousands came out to the 22nd annual Watermelon Festival in Los Angeles on Saturday. The theme is all about watermelon. Keeping with tradition, visitors could eat as much watermelon as they want. It's part of how everybody stayed cool during the big amount of heat. And due to the heat, people took advantage of the cooling station set up around the festival. There was also a petting zoo and a graffiti artist in action creating a sports mural. Now my question is, did they have a watermelon seed spitting contest? I feel like I could do pretty good in that, spitting those quite far. Well, keeping on the trend of food, this week McDonald's is launching a new $5 meal deal. As more fast food chains are trying to support inflation-weary customers. CBS News' Kenny Choi has more on the changes and complaints.
Americans crave fast food, but with higher prices, more and more simply aren't loving it.
It's expensive when we have to feed the whole family.
How do you know that? Yeah, what makes you say that?
Because the prices go up like every year.
Nearly 2/3 of fast food customers say they felt sticker shock at the counter this year. The cost of a quick meal is outpacing inflation, with prices up nearly 5% from a year ago.
Such a big jump recently. Maybe we're splitting meals more often, or we are a little bit more aware.
To fight the inflation fatigue Americans are feeling, McDonald's, Burger King, and other chains are launching combo meal deals. Starbucks is also offering a discount pairings menu.
This is not a war against one another. It's really just a response to grocery to get some of those customers back, particularly the lower income.
Hi, welcome to Taco Bell.
Fast food chains hope these bargains boost sales as companies try to offset their own higher food and labor costs. But customers may need to grab these deals before they're gone.
This $5 national meal, it's a temporary thing. It's just, I doubt it's going to last more than a month.
And according to a recent Lending Tree survey, 75% of people in the U.S. eat fast food at least once a week. So America is still hungry for a quick meal. Kenny Choi, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Yeah, I understand. It's food's getting expensive, so yeah, lots to keep up with. Well, according to the U.S. Commerce Department, Americans spent nearly $300 billion online in just the first 3 months of the year. A new survey shows we are also spending a lot of time looking at things we don't buy, but we do wish to. Today, the thing that separates glass from most hopeful buyers from their desires is their smartphone. And window shopping now has a new name, dream scrolling. Even if you've never heard of it, you've probably done it, looking for things you might want to own one day. Some search for fashion, others a new gadget, and plenty of people are looking at vacation spots, scrolling for dreams with which they hope could eventually come true. And yeah, I'm guilty of it. I love looking at some new golf clubs. And well, speaking of golf, we have Ann Wasser from Severson Dells to talk about the new preserve formerly known as the Elliott Golf Course. That's coming up next. Welcome back to the Morning Blend Extra. We are now joined by Ann Wasser from the Severson Dells. Pleasure to have you on.
Morning, thanks for having me.
So, what is the Severson Dells Nature Center?
Yeah, so we are a nature center that's operated at Severson Dells Forest Preserve for almost 50 years now, providing nature education for all ages. So we're busy with summer camps at the moment, so there's lots of kids running around, but also Science Saturdays and leading guided walks. And we just finished a 10-week wildflower walk series last night. So yeah, lots going on.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about the Science Saturdays. I love my science.
Yes, yeah, no, Science Saturdays are a phenomenal opportunity for folks to come in and engage in science education. We do it once a month, so it's the first Saturday of every month from 10 to 2, and each month is a different theme. So the one we actually have coming up next Saturday, so 4th of July weekend, will be all about nocturnal animals. The one I'm really looking forward to is actually in August because it is during Summer Olympics. And so we're doing animal Olympians.
Ooh.
And talking about all the different kind of athletic feats of different animals.
Oh, that sounds so much fun.
Yeah.
But so you guys just bought a new or acquired the new Elliott Golf Course. So what are the plans for that?
Yeah, so we are looking forward to restoring that property. So restoring it into prairie, oak savanna, and then eventually wetlands as well.
Gotcha.
And provide kind of an urban nature opportunity for folks. It'll be really nice to be right across the street from the Boys and Girls Club and being able to work with them regularly. It'll be a great opportunity for people to access nature because we're right on an RMTD bus line. So it's a really exciting opportunity. The other piece it's a great opportunity. I'm also really excited about it is the wetland restoration because there's a creek that runs through that property, but right now it's largely in culvert for stormwater management because it is part of the city of Rockford and Village of Cherry Valley stormwater management system. And we are looking to daylight that creek, so pull the culvert out, rewild the creek, to provide habitat, but also to improve stormwater management. So.
I mean, we've gotten our fair share of some stormwater here as we
Yes.
nearly 2 inches in over about 2 hour span here on Saturday. It's had quite a few heavy rainfalls here in the past, so I'm glad that you're able to get it back to a little bit more of that wild nature, as well as still providing aid when it comes to the stormwater relief, as yeah, we've had quite a bit of that. So what will happen to the former clubhouse? I know a lot of people are kind of wondering that.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing right now. We're doing our due diligence, so working with an architect to figure out kind of best use for the building. So are we renovating and expanding? Are we doing it as a phased project, or do we need to be looking at potentially starting over? And so that's what we're working on right now to figure out what will work the best for the site, but also being as sustainable as possible, because that's really our goal with this building, is for it to be Living Building Challenge certified, which is similar to LEED certification for those that are familiar with that, except for that you actually have to track the performance of the building for a full year after you move in to make sure that it actually is performing as planned.
So speaking of time frame, what's kind of the time frame for the restoration of the golf course back into some more natural lands?
Yeah, so funny enough, if you look out there now, you look at a bunch of corn and wouldn't necessarily know that that's actually the beginning of the restoration process. So the Park District was kind enough to actually do the ag lease last year with soybeans, and this year they've got corn out there, the farmers planting that. And conventional ag is one of the best tools for getting rid of turf grass and the invasive seeds that may still be in the soil there. So using conventional ag actually starts that restoration process, and then will allow us to start to winter seed prairies. So that's what we're looking forward to. And so it'll be a roughly 3 to 4 year process, because we'll do small chunks of the property at a time. Just to try to do all of it at once is a little more than is manageable. So we want to make sure that we're taking our time and doing it right.
So how was this acquisition paid for?
Largely paid for by Illinois Clean Energy Community Foundation. So they have had a habitat restoration fund for a little over 2 decades. And they actually granted us these funds last fall, and we were actually part of their last grant cycle. And so this spring they actually made the announcement that they will be moving those funds to Prairie State Conservation Coalition to continue funding land purchase for habitat, but also habitat restoration. So we're excited to see that work continue too.
Gotcha. So after the 3 to 4 years, when it's back to a little bit more of the natural state, what are you guys hoping to use with it? I know you've mentioned Science Saturdays. Are you hoping you can maybe transition some things over to there?
Yeah, we're looking to be able to provide education programs at both sites, because each site provides unique opportunities. Severson Dells is obviously a very rural, natural area. We're surrounded by agriculture. And being able to highlight the importance of natural areas in the rural environment is really important, and it's part of what we've done for almost 50 years. But being able to talk about urban nature preserves and why those are important, and the services that it provides, I mean, both for wildlife but also for humans, and why those green spaces are really necessary. But we're also looking at obviously establishing a trail system so that people can hike and bird. And use the trails recreationally, and then there's obviously a lot of water out there.
Yeah.
If you talk to any golfer, they're very aware of all of the water out there, and so using that water as a teaching tool as well. Again, talking about stormwater management and how we can all do our part to improve stormwater management, even from our own homes, and so opportunity to educate about that as well, which is unique because Severson Dells doesn't necessarily provide that opportunity, being a rural property.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you so much. It's really been insightful here. It's really looking forward to be able to see it in 3 to 4 years, seeing it back in its natural state, and no more being mad about losing a golf ball or two into a water hazard. Instead, just focus on the water that it's helping relieve from the stormwater. So thank you so much, Ann, for joining us once again. And have you thought about going to the movies recently?
Yes, it's been a little bit, but it's definitely time to get back into it.
Well, we'll see some box office highlights right after the break.
Thousands of people are now using the 23 News Now app on their smart TV. And you can too. Using your remote control, go to your TV's app homepage, locate the search option, and type in 23 News Now. Select and download. From there, you'll be connected and ready to stream full newscasts, stories on demand, and exclusive content. It's all free, and all from the news team you know and trust. 23 News, working for you. Unpredictable weather on the horizon? Stay ahead of the storms with the 23 First Alert weather app. Get personalized notifications, a detailed 10-day forecast, watch video updates from your most trusted weather team, and up-to-the-minute information with live radar. It's not just an app, it's your weather guardian to help you plan your day. Don't guess the weather, anticipate it. Download the 23 First Alert weather app for free now and take control of your day. Mike Garrigan. Accurate. Dependable. Honest. Anna Marie Schutt. Credible. Genuine. Urgent. Together they bring a strong voice and a fresh perspective to the state line and lead a team that shares stories that matter to you. Mike Garrigan and Anna Marie Schutt. People you can count on. Only on WIFR.
I'm Molly Barkson.
And I'm Zip Whiskers, and here's what's in the news.
There are some animals that go to great lengths to try to get themselves on TV. But you could always use 23 News Pet Pics. Sign up today for free at WIFR.com/petpics or our 23 News Now or First Alert weather apps. You can see your pet on 23 News at 6.
But we're your new familiar faces.
No bones about it.
Pet Pics, only from 23 News.
To the Morning Blend Extra. No matter how you look at it, inside or out, the box office is coming back to life thanks to a aforementioned certain animated sequel. CNN reporter David Daniel estimates the top 5 films in theaters this past weekend.
You don't have a home, do you?
The Garfield movie tied for 4th place, gobbling up $3.6 million. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes was the other film, gathering up $3.6 million for a domestic total of $164 million. Cruising into 3rd place, The Bike Riders, which debuted with $10 million. Bad Boys Ride or Die stayed in 2nd, grossing $18.8 million. It's at $147 million domestic.
I wish I was as tall as all of you.
Who the heck are you?
I'm Envy.
A record-setting weekend for Inside Out 2. The Pixar pick made $100 million, the best second weekend ever for an animated film. The sequel's 10-day domestic total, $355 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, I gotta say, I'm a little bit envy for anybody who can get outside today and enjoy the beautiful weather and the sunshine. Well, that wraps up the Morning Blend Extra. Thanks so much for watching. I'm DJ Baker, and we'll catch you next time.
Thousands of people are now using the 23 News Now app on their smart TV. And you can too. Using your remote control, go to your TV's app homepage, locate the search option, and type in 23 News Now. Select and download. From there, you'll be connected and ready to stream full newscasts, stories on demand, and exclusive content. It's all free, and all from the news team you know and trust. 23 News, working for you. Unpredictable weather on the horizon? Stay ahead of the storms with the 23 First Alert weather app. Get personalized notifications, a detailed 10-day forecast, watch video updates from your most trusted weather team, and up-to-the-minute information with live radar. It's not just an app, it's your weather guardian to help you plan your day. Don't guess the weather, anticipate it. Download the 23 First Alert weather app for free now and take control of your day. Mike Garrigan. Accurate. Dependable. Honest. Anna Marie Schutt. Credible. Genuine. Urgent. Together they bring a strong voice and a fresh perspective to the state line and lead a team that shares stories that matter to you. Mike Garrigan and Anna Marie Schutt. People you can count on. Only on WIFR.
I'm Molly Barkson.
And I'm Zip Whiskers, and here's what's in the news.
There are some animals that go to great lengths to try to get themselves on TV. But you could always use 23 News Pet Pics. Sign up today for free at WIFR.com/petpics or our 23 News Now or First Alert weather apps. You could see your pet on 23 News at 6.
But where are your new familiar faces?
No bones about it.